everybody, this is Tina with Loving Life's Little Blessings. We're going to make a card today and we're going to use this really fun background. This is from the new Occasions catalog and it's this really pretty background stamp. So I get my background stamps in clear and then I just put them on a clear block. And you guys have seen me use them before where I've not put them on a block, where I just lay them flat. For this particular card that I want to do, I needed to put it on a block because I need to pick this up. So what I have to get started is I have a piece of Coastal Cabana cardstock, and I just cut that at 4 1/4. And so it just gave me 2 card bases, okay? So I have that. And then I have a piece of basic black cardstock and I cut that at 4 by 5 1/4. So we're gonna lay this down, and then what I'm gonna do with this, I'm gonna ink this up with white StazOn. So here's my white StazOn ink pad. It's a little sticky. Okay, so we're gonna ink this up really good. This is really, really sticky. And it's a StazOn, so it's gonna show up really well on this black cardstock. I'll set that aside. And then we're gonna put this right down here. I just wanna make sure that I am getting a really good coverage. When you pick it up, it's going to totally stick to your block, to your stamp. So I just take my Cricut spatula, and that came out beautiful, perfect. So let's set that aside. It's going to be very sticky. And then right away I'm going to clean my stamp because that StazOn ink, and it won't all come off because it is StazOn, but I do want to get the majority of that off. I have a sheet of vellum here, and I'm going to cut that at 3 1/4 by 4 inches. Okay, so I have my vellum. It's cut at 3 1/4 by 4 inches. We have the card base, and now we're going to use another brand new stamp set. It is this Adventure Awaits stamp set, and I love it. We're going to use Keep Your Curiosity Fresh. I'm going to put this on a block, and then I'm going to be using black StazOn, which you can see I've already used black StazOn once on this stamp, and so it's stained. Now, I don't mind my stamps to get stained. It doesn't bother me at all. I just feel like that I use them, so it doesn't, I never worry about if they're stained or not. I'm gonna put this up top, and you have to be careful when you're stamping on vellum because it will slip and slide, and that's why we're using vellum, or I mean, I'm sorry, that's why we're using StazOn, because when you stamp on vellum, it's a little bit different surface. Okay, so now that we have these 2 items stamped, and you can see it didn't come out exactly perfect, but that's okay. That's kind of the look I'm going for. I'm not really worried about it. I'm going to take my paper snips and we're going to make this into a little flag. Okay, just like that. So now we're going to put this card together. So now we can take this piece and add some adhesive. Okay, just like this. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take our flag piece, we're going to put a tiny bit of adhesive up top here. That's going to be covered up in the very end, so it's just a real thin layer. This I'm going to take all the way up to the cardstock. You can push that down. Okay. So the next thing we're gonna do is take some of this thick baker's twine. So the bow's not all wonky on here, is I just take a glue dot on the end of my scissors and I just stick it right under there, and then that will help that bow to stay in place. So now there's only one other thing left to do. I should have not stamped so far up. I'll show you my original card and the difference. I just got a little too far up. So now I'm just taking some Coastal Cabana cardstock and this little itty bitty flower punch. A glue dot will be fine on it. A rhinestone. And we're done. So this was the original one I did. And this one I stamped on chalkboard paper. So we have some brand new chalkboard paper, and it looks like this. And it's real thick. And then one side is, I don't know if you can see it on camera. One side is shiny and one side is not. And you can see the difference. On the chalkboard paper, it really, really pops. On the black cardstock, it shows up, but it doesn't pop really. That white stays on, doesn't pop. So then also on this one, I stamped this stamp a little farther down, and so the twine didn't necessarily cover up as much. So I'll put a photo on my website of both of these cards. You can get there by just clicking right up top here. It'll take you to the coordinating blog post and you can see these cards. And let me know what you think of this technique. Thanks guys for coming by, and I will talk to you later.